Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Kim and I am She from shemadeknits. Today's video is the 5th video in my knitting podcast series. In today's video, we are going to go over any updates that I have for my whips, so any progress that I've made on my current works in progress. And something that I just noticed is all of them right now are just knit pieces. I'm not crocheting anything at the moment. Once we're done going over updates, I want to talk about the patterns that I currently have available and where they are available. And then the last thing that I want to talk about is a new little mini series that I'm thinking of starting on this channel. If you're new here, hello, it's nice to meet you. I am a knitter and crocheter who just cannot stop working on multiple projects at a time. I really enjoy creating new patterns and making video tutorials for said patterns on this channel. Stick around and subscribe. Did you hear a birdie? Yeah. If any of that sounds interesting to you, I would love for you to stick around and hit subscribe. And with all of that having been said, let's get started. All right, so first things first, I have a sweater that's been in my pile of whips for quite a while at this point, well over a month, probably getting on to 2, maybe even 3 months. It's this sweater right here. I am currently working on the second sleeve, so doing a 2x2 rib sleeve, just like this one. Everything is pretty much done except for weaving in the ends and finishing the second sleeve. This past week, I did make some progress on the second sleeve. Honestly, not as much progress as I would have liked, but at the same time, progress is progress. And will I get this sweater done in time that I'll be able to wear it? I don't know at this point, but I really don't want to put it aside for next year. I really want to continue it until it is done, even if that means going into the summer with a sweater whip. But yeah, so here I am. I definitely still have quite a ways to go, but it's happening. I'm getting somewhere. Really, that's it for this project right now. I still have to weave in my ends and finish the second sleeve. That's short and sweet. That's it. Moving on to the next piece that I have updates for. I casted on a raglan top-down t-shirt a couple of weeks ago, and I've gotten pretty far in the construction. It's definitely quite oversized, as you can tell, so it's a little bit hard to show the entire thing on camera right now, but I will get a better shot so you can see the whole thing. Finished the body, which looks so good. I'm absolutely loving it. And I finished one of the sleeves. Again, super oversized. I think it looks really cool. I think it'll be a really easy piece to just throw over top a tank top or a little bralette or something, and to wear with shorts or leggings, depending on the weather, of course. Just adds like an extra layer for those chilly mornings or windy afternoons, and it's just so cute. And I will also put in a clip of a try-on so you can see how the actual look of it is turning out. After I finished the first sleeve, I'll admit I was a little bit iffy about it. I wasn't sure if I was happy, but like I do, I put it aside for a little bit, for a day or two, and looking at it again now, I definitely really love it. To complete it, I just need to do the second sleeve. I put the stitches for the second sleeve back onto my needles. So to finish the sleeve, I need to add in a new yarn and just pick up a few stitches at the bottom here just so I can complete the sleeve hole, and that way I don't have like just like a big gap right here. So this is the sleeve. This is where the armpit is, so this is where I started. So I only did this much. So I just measured it and I worked about 3.5 inches of just the regular knit stitch in the round, and then I cast it off. I do still have a few ends in here. I've just been like tying them off and cutting them because on the inside of the sweater I really don't care about the ends being woven in, but for the sleeve, I will definitely weave in any ends that I think might pop out. If I'm gonna leave the ends on a piece and let them poke out and let them show, then I'd rather it be on the entire piece and have it be part of the style. For this one, that's not the case, so I will definitely be weaving in any ends that could potentially show. I'll just tell you a little bit about the yarn that I'm using, the different yarns. This one up here that I started with is an acrylic and wool blend. So it is mostly acrylic, but I believe it's like a 20-30% wool as well. This really thin one here, I do not know. I do believe that it is wool. I'm just not sure if it's a wool blended with something else or if it's just 100% wool. This one here, this like kind of shiny light gray, is 100% acrylic. This one I have talked about in the past. I've used it for many different pieces. I'm actually using this one for my secret shorts, which I will be talking about next, actually. I finally made some progress, but in a minute. So this one I do believe is an acrylic and wool mix. I just don't know how much. Or it could honestly be just 100% acrylic. I'm really not sure. This one here, I feel the same way about this one. So I believe it is wool. Just don't quote me on it. This one here is an acrylic and wool blend. It's a 20% wool and 80% acrylic. This one is 100% acrylic. It's really soft, it's fuzzy. I really love this one. It's really cute. And then the rest of them are all the same. So those are all of the yarns that I'm using. It was a very quick little run through of them all. I think it's turning out really nice. I'm excited for it to be done so that I can just add it to my wardrobe and begin to wear it. Yay. Moving on, the next piece that I want to talk to you about is my pair of secret shorts. I know it doesn't look like I made much progress since the last time, but I have. So previously I had another round of increases at about this point, which gave me a total of 300 stitches. I had done a few rounds after that and I just wasn't really feeling it. Hi. You are so sweet. Oh. Hi, baby. Hi, honey. Where you going? Oh, big stretch. Oh. Bye. She's probably going to eat or drink water or something. I'm sure she'll be back soon. So I didn't think it was necessary to have 300 stitches. I wanted to go back to the 200. So I took the stitches off of my needles and I pulled back up until the point where right before I had done that second round of increases. So I went back to 200 stitches. Then I put the stitches back onto my needles and I just started knitting and knitting and knitting. And I have gotten to the point now where I was previously when I had 300 stitches. So I've used all of the yarn that I had used when I had 300 because I had to pull back a bunch, right? So I ended up having a bunch of yarn again. And so I used all of that up again. So I'm at the point where I was. So I mean, I guess you could say that no, I didn't make any progress from last week, but I did at the same time. I did. I pulled it back and I knitted a whole bunch. So anyway, I have not tried it on again yet, but I did measure it. And I'm at the point now where I have 3 more rounds to do, and then I can separate for each leg. And then I can start working on the legs separately. I am really excited. And I think that I'll be able to get this done sooner than later. Fingers crossed, hopefully. I really want to start wearing these. And I don't know if I mentioned, but I do plan on blocking them before wearing them. So I want to get that done as soon as possible. I have so many stitches on my needles that it's going to look more like a skirt because they're going to be so flowy, but they will be shorts. That's pretty much it. That's why they're secret shorts. But yeah, so that's where these are at, and this is the yarn that I was talking about that is in the gray scrap yarn sweater that I just showed. This is the yarn that I used in that as well. Again, I do believe that it is an acrylic and wool blend, but less wool than acrylic. But again, I am not sure. I could be completely wrong. None of them came with a label, so I really don't know. But that's just what I suspect based on my experience with different yarns. I have tried many different yarns that contain many different types of fibers, and based on the feel and the look of it, that's why I'm saying I think it's a blend, but don't take my word for it. I could always be wrong. But this yarn is vintage, actually. I received it with a bunch of other vintage yarns. I believe it was part of an estate sale, and I received 2 huge garbage bags full of yarn. And for this one, I think I got like a good 30 or 40 skeins. So I'm still working my way through them. And yeah, I think it looks great. So I think that's all I wanted to say about these. Okay. So if you saw my video from last week, and if you saw the first video in this series, then this may look familiar to you. I did say that I wanted to take it apart completely and restart it, which I still want to have to. I'm not going to take this one apart, but I do want to restart this pattern again, just with a different color. I want to do this one. It is the exact same yarn. It's from Dollarama. They're both 100% acrylic. This one was also in the gray scrap yarn t-shirt that I showed. And yeah, I want to remake this, but in a larger size with that gray yarn. So the updates that I made on this one is I did pull everything down. So I took off the one sleeve that I had completed, and I pulled the front and the back panels down until I was back in the round with both the front and the back together. I since knitted a few rounds. Hello, sweetie. Welcome back. Oop. Come on, love. Dignity. There you go. Okay. So since pulling it back, I did do quite a few extra rounds. I did not count how many extra, but I do have notes, and I believe I did go by round, like round by round. So I will count them eventually and adjust the numbers in my notes. And I have since now she's up in the window looking at birds. And I have since separated the front and the back again. I do plan on doing them exactly the same. I plan on bringing them all the way up, and then I'm thinking at the shoulders I will just do like the ends. I'll just seam the ends together, seam them by 5 stitches on each side, starting from the outside going in. That way I have like a nice lower neck. But before casting off and doing that, what I'm going to do, because I am still not the most thrilled with the fit of it, what I want to do is I want to drop some stitches, because that'll definitely make this piece larger than it is currently. What I mean by that is the stitch pattern that I used is a 3x3 rib knit. So 3 knit stitches, 3 purl stitches, 3 knit stitches, 3 purl stitches, and you continue that way all the way around. To figure out the amount of stitches that you need, it needs to be a multiple of 6, because that is how many there are in that, I guess, little repeat. So it's 3 knit stitches and then 3 purl stitches. And so what I'm thinking is either I am going to drop 1 stitch in the middle of each purl section, or I'm going to drop all 3 purl stitches. I guess it depends on the look that I want and how big I want it to be, but we'll see. I'm leaning more towards dropping all 3 and then just having the knit stitches. So just having the 3 knit stitches, and then it'll be 3 drop stitches, and then 3 knit stitches, and then 3 drop stitches. But I still have some time before I need to make that decision. So either drop 1 stitch or drop 3 stitches until I am done the front and back panels. I suppose once I'm done finishing this first panel, I'm not sure if it's the front or the back yet. I haven't decided. And like I said, they are going to be exactly the same, so it doesn't really matter. But once I'm done this one, then before casting off, I think I will start the deciding process of either 1 or 3 stitches that I'll drop. And I will keep you updated on that because I think that is going to be adorable. I think it's going to look really cute. It's going to make it a lot more flowy and possibly oversized. And I'm really excited to see how that turns out. I think it's going to be really cute. Yeah, that's my plan, to kind of salvage this piece so that I don't have to completely restart it, and I can still have a piece that I'll want to wear and that I'll enjoy wearing. And as for the sleeves, I am still going to do the exact same sleeves that I had on this currently. I do have notes with number of rounds, number of stitches that I picked up, everything, so I'm not worried about that. And I do believe that yes, I will be dropping stitches for that one too. So technically I can just do knit stitches all the way around and not even have to do any purl stitches, but it does kind of make it easier to know exactly which stitches I do need to drop. So we'll see. Again, that's a decision to be made another day, so future me can deal with that, while present me can just enjoy knitting up the 2 flat panels. So that is everything that I have for updates as far as knit projects go. I do also have another piece that I've been working on this past week, but it is not a knit piece, it is not a crochet piece, it is actually a sewing project. So last summer, I had this maxi dress that I had thrifted. It was a really pretty forest green kind of color. I'll show you a photo of it here. I do have a little thrift flip for it because it did start as a maxi dress that I turned into a mini dress. When I cut the skirt off to create the mini dress, I had a lot of fabric left over. I didn't know what I wanted to do with that fabric for a little while until recently. And so I'm going to show it now. It's going to be very quick. So it is currently very large, and it is still a tube. So it is still seamed on both sides, and the bottom is already hemmed, which I'm going to take advantage of and have that be the bottom hem. And I do want this to be kind of a more mini skirt, but I want it to be like super, super flowy. So when I twirl, there's going to be a lot of swish factor. So it is currently inside out, my not so amazing cutting, but I did pin down all of the areas that I do want to sew. So I want to create like a little tube going all the way around the waistband. And I am thinking either I am going to put an elastic in there, so put that in as I'm sewing it, or I'm going to create a tie of sorts and just weave that through afterwards. And just to kind of give you like a small visual, I'll be able to use that tie to cinch it closed, tie it closed, and have like a really cute flowy skirt. So that is the vision. So I am trying to expand my sewing skills. I'm hoping to be able to use the sewing machine for this, but I want to do a smaller project first. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep you updated. Yeah, so that is everything that I have been working on this past week. Those are all of my updates. Now we can move on to the next portion of this video, which is just a few little things that I wanted to talk about with you. So I created a Ravelry account, I would say about a year or two ago, and I recently opened up my store on there. So I do have patterns for sale, and I currently do have 2 of my patterns up there. I have one, the hair towel pattern, which I will show you a photo of. And I also have the Billy hat pattern up there as well. I only have those 2 up there right now just because it is a process to put the patterns on there. There's a bunch of stuff that you have to fill out, create descriptions, all of that sort of stuff. Yeah, so I'm just taking my time with it. I don't want to rush it because I want to do it all right. I want it to be perfect. So the 2 patterns that I now have on Ravelry are not the only patterns that I do have available. On my Etsy shop, I have all of my current patterns out, and you can purchase them there if you want to, Or if you wanted to wait it out, I do plan on posting and publishing all of the patterns that I have on my Etsy shop currently onto my Ravelry shop. It'll just take a little bit of time, but that is the plan, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to put that pumpkin plushie pattern on Ravelry for free. So then I will end up taking it off of Etsy or just keeping it there for however much I currently have it at, which I think is like $1.50. I tried to put it as low as possible, but I would like to put it up for free. And on Ravelry, I can do that. So really excited about that. I will put the name of my Ravelry account and shop right here for you. And there will be a link down below of the Ravelry shop and the Etsy shop and my link tree where you can find absolutely everything. You can find my Ravelry through there and my Etsy, as well as all of the social media platforms that I am currently on. Another fun part of putting my patterns onto Ravelry is that I'm giving them like real official names. Not that like their names weren't official before, but instead of it just being like bucket hat number 1, it's the Billy hat. And I love it. I think it's so cute and it works perfectly for it. And I'm very excited to officially name all of my other patterns. So that's everything that I wanted to say about my Ravelry account and shop. I really hope that you'll give it a visit. And I mean, favorite the patterns if they're something that you think you want to make one day. If you do make any of them, please post your photos, post comments, let me know what you think. I am always happy to hear feedback, and I want to know what you think. Was it easy to follow? And this way, any feedback that I do get, I can use towards all of the new patterns and updating all of my current patterns, just so I can make them better and better, you know? The last thing that I wanted to say is I want to start a new series of videos, of mini videos for beginners. So for beginner crocheters, beginner knitters, I want to do videos like how to crochet for beginners, how to knit for beginners, how to read a yarn label. Yeah, so I want to create a series where I have all of these videos, and that way anyone who is working on any of my patterns, if there's anything that you have questions about, I will hopefully eventually have a mini video for you to check out to be able to learn whatever technique you want to learn. So for example, one of the stitches that I use in my Billy hat pattern is the crab stitch. And so one of the mini videos that I create can be how to do the crab stitch, you know, and I can show you on one of those hats or just on a little swatch. I can do videos about how to create a knitted swatch, how to create a crocheted swatch, like gauge swatches, I mean. But yeah, and I typically want these videos to be under 5 minutes each, just so it's like a quick little bit of information, and it's not like an hour-long video where you have to like sift through the video and try to find what you want to learn. No, like it's straight to the point, it's right there. You get the information that you're looking for, and you get it quickly, you get it straight to the point. Yeah, so that's my idea for my new series. It'll be for knit and crochet, and obviously those videos will be separate. I'm not sure what I want to call them though. Like, do I just go for the easy how to crochet for beginners, or do I go for something different? Like, one little idea I had was for knitting, on Wednesdays we knit. A little Mean Girls reference there. I am open to suggestions, either separate names or something together, and I can just specify which one it is, if it's a knitting video or if it's a crochet video, what the technique is. Yeah, if you have any ideas, I would love to know. I am still going to brainstorm on that and hopefully get that going very soon. So that's everything that I wanted to talk about in today's video. If you like the video, then please give it a like and subscribe. I would love to have you here. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend with me. It means a lot. And I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye.